Guys, it's Alexander Dahl with Manifest Vitality once again. This week I kind of have just a little bit of updates from the See and Me release, and then I have a topic that I'll get into at that point. So, See and Me was the first Reddit collaboration that was released. It came out 2 Fridays ago, so about a week and a half ago. I put it up for free listening on SoundCloud, and the reason that I put it up there for free listening was because when you put it up there for free and you link it into the Bedroom Bands community on Reddit, they put it into their playlist, and so it can get a little bit more exposure that way. So I put that one up there. I also did release it to my regular digital distributors through DistroKid. I guess I shouldn't refer to them exactly as mine. They're just the one that I use. So it is out there, and it's a finished track. I think it's pretty good, and from there we're gonna keep moving forward. I did put the beginnings of another track to develop on SoundCloud, and then I also posted it to the Bedroom Bands community to see if anybody wanted to contribute. When I posted the completed track for Seeing Me, a drummer and a guitarist reached out and said that in the future, if there was anything that I wanted to do, to let them know. I sent them the new track, and I haven't heard anything back, so maybe that works out. But I know there was another guy that responded to it that was potentially interested. What I might do if in its current state it doesn't get any responses, or if I don't hear anything back within a couple weeks, I might try to develop it a little bit further and then repost it and see if it gets any interest then. And I'll just keep developing it until it's a finished track, if that happens. Which could be interesting, because does that constitute putting it as a completed track on the Bedroom Bands community if I end up being the only one that contributes to the track? I'm not sure about that one. In any case, it's out there potentially to be worked on, and that's fine. So one of the topics that I wanted to get into originally with this whole video series, but I've been kind of avoiding because it kind of is going to have multiple facets to it, and that is the topic of denigration and basically maliciously knocking people down in the musician community, and in essentially an unfounded way. And this is Jessica's little finger here, you can see, trying to tickle me because she thinks she's being cute. And she's hiding. Which I guess is better than her meowing at the top of the stairs. So, denigration, kind of the aspect of it that I want to approach in this video is obscure denigration. The way that we look at the internet, and the way that we compare ourselves to what we see on the internet, because there's always the grass is greener philosophy, where you think you could have something better, or you think what you should be doing should be better, or you compare what you are doing to somebody else and think that you're doing better. And it's just in general an unhealthy philosophy. And this isn't exclusive to music either. This is going to exist in any of your art communities where you are either positively or negatively comparing yourself to your peers. And not only does that damage yourself, it damages the other person that you may potentially outwardly express that to. And that takes away from them, which is something we'll get into as a later part of the whole denigration topic. I see a lot of people post on like the Reddit musician community or the We Are the Music Makers subreddit, and a lot of them are kind of negative to other people that are making music. There's kind of a unanimous consensus that if somebody is new to making music, everybody's really kind and polite to them. But if it's somebody that is making music and somebody that is potentially pulling a dollar value away from somebody else, those people tend to get a bit butthurt about it. And the reason that I think that that's an important part to begin to focus on at the beginning of this topic is essentially the negative aspect of it and the way that that eats at you. Because when you're putting yourself out there and you're exhibiting the philosophy that you are the judge of others, it works into another personality aspect that is another topic that I want to get into later about what actually produces sales. But when somebody sees you operating in a negative light, and that's the context that you portray yourself in, that's essentially the attitude and what you are conveying your entire artistic vision and your personality to be about. You are a judge. You think you're better than other people, and you think your opinion is superior to whatever anybody else can say. When you do that, you're just... Stop that. You're creating an atmosphere that isn't conducive for people to be able to talk about these things, and you're diminishing the influence that you may potentially have and that anybody could potentially get. I can see your little head peeking over there. So that's why that's important, is because if you're an artist, one of the primary things that you want to focus on is being influential and creating a presence for yourself and creating that atmosphere and the biosphere of philosophy and ideas to surround yourself. It's all great having fans and people throw money at your product, but at the end of the day, what most musicians want, I guess I won't say all, but most, want to feel like their art is something that people are appreciating, something that's resonating with them, something that's going to grow them as a being. And by putting out that you have a negative superiority complex to other people in the community, you're not doing yourselves any favors, and it's just ruining a community that could be in a better and healthier position. So that's kind of the beginning of the denigration topic and what it means, and there's a lot to this. I've been avoiding doing this topic ever since I started this video series because of the lengthy content and the different aspects of denigration and how it exists in the musician community. So there will be more of these. I'm not going to just nail them all out at once because it's a topic that it's difficult to explore because of the kind of the light-footed way that you have to walk around it, because I don't want anybody to feel like they're being targeted. And when you start calling out this sort of behavior, people start to get defensive, and that's not what this video series is to me, and that's not what I'm trying to accomplish. I don't want people to be defensive and feel like they're being attacked, and I think it's important for that to be stated due to the nature of the internet as well. So that's the first point of the denigration topic, and there will be more. Seeing Me is out. Go and listen to it. It's a good track. I like doing it, and the guy that I worked with making the track was good to work with, got me the tracks very well. Like and subscribe as always. More importantly, chime in. This is a discussion, and I want your input. So whatever you have to say, if you have anything to say, if you just want to say hello, chime in. Other than that, that's all I got. So have a good night, guys.